What's up, guys? So we're gonna do what should be a pretty quick digitize here. Got somebody asking me for help like almost 2 weeks ago. I've been meaning to do this for a while. It's just been crazy here. And then I broke my own website and had to fix that. So fun times, fun times. When you look at this, it looks very simple. It really does. But I want to remind you all, like I always do, we've been using Inkstitch for years, and this looks like something that's going to be very easy to do. And it's probably not going to take me long. But keep in mind that when you're brand new to Inkstitch, it can be overwhelming, especially if you don't already know Inkscape. And that was the case that I was in. When I started learning Inkstitch, I knew nothing about Inkscape. So I was learning it all together. So if you're in that boat, know that there's light at the end of the tunnel. It gets easier the more that you do it. So with this is a PNG. I asked for size, and I have not gotten a reply to that yet. Hoop size. So right now we're 12 inches wide by 2.5 tall. We're going to shrink that down a little bit to fit what are common sizes. 5 by 8, 6 by 12. Is that right? It's been a long time since I used a flatbed, so I'm not 100% sure. I am going to shrink that down just a little bit. I'm going to make sure that padlock's locked, which it is. This padlock right here, it is locked. We're going to shrink that down a little bit. That gives me 9.5. So we're going to go with that. And if you need to shrink it down anymore, shrink down the SVG and then turn that into your embroidery file. Always save everything every time as SVG. Make your changes and then resave as your embroidery file. So we're going to go in here. We're going to do a path. Trace bitmap. It's the first thing we're going to do. We're going to leave it on single scan, brightness cutoff. It should give us a pretty good, and you can slide this slider and see what you're getting. That looks pretty good. And hit apply. Let's see what we end up with. And then we'll go hide the image so that we can zoom in on this. That looks really good. Most of the time, a dark black on top of a dark white or a bright white background. Most of the time, that'll single scan pretty good, and it looks like it did here. So we're going to go ahead and delete that image. Now we're only working with the path that we created from the trace bitmap. Next thing we're going to do, if you do a single scan, you have to do a break apart. So we're going to go to extensions, Inkstitch, fill, and break apart. Or if you have the extension gallery running, then I'm just going to type in break, and there's break apart, double click, leave it on simple, hit apply. Now that that's done, we should have a whole bunch of different objects, single objects, and we do. Make sure I don't have any random, just little tiny object. It looks pretty good. Of course, it's not in order because it never is. So we're going to make it go in order. What order do we want it to go in? I want it to go in. I'm going to hold shift button down. I'm going to click O, P, T, the I, the dot, M, U, M, R, I, D, E. I want it to do it in that order, and then the underline, and then the check. I want it to do it in that order. So we're going to go back to the gallery. I can't remember what it's named. Oh, come on. We broke it. All right. It did save a backup for us. Let's see how good that backup is. Usually it's pretty good. We did our break apart. Okay. So we have our break apart still, and it was in the ordering, and I can't remember what the ordering was called. Let's see if that's what broke it. Restack objects in order of selection. So that's the one I'm looking for. I don't know why it broke on us like that. We're just going to go back. We're going to reselect everything just like I did. I want everything to be in this order because I'm going to use for majority of this and maybe all of it. I'm going to try all of it. We're going to use the new version that does the fill to satin. And that is in 3.2.2. So if you don't have that yet, you won't be able to follow along. Go to inkstitch.org and grab it. Get your copy now, hot off the presses, a couple months ago. Restack in order of selection. Now, we should have Okay, it did it in opposite order, which makes sense in order of selection. So when you're doing a stitching, it stitches from bottom up. So it is in the order that I selected it. So there you go. That's fine. That'll work. All right. Having done all that, what we'll do next is it doesn't matter if you want to start with the O, if you want to start with the check or the line. It doesn't matter. It's all up to you. I do want to measure this line. There's my measuring stick, and make sure it's wide enough for satin stitch. Oh yeah, absolutely. 1.8 mil, perfect. So yeah, so let's get on it. And like I said, I'm going to try to do everything here with that fill to satin. I may have to do this one manually. I might have to do that P manually. That looks like it might be a problem. R2 maybe. All right, let's see what happens. So when you do a fill to satin, your fill is already here. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to draw some rungs. And then right here, I need to draw what's called a bridge. From there to there. And from there, well, it don't have to be that high, does it? It can be from there to there, theoretically. And then cross those two makes our bridge. And what I'll do is I'll select these and change their color so you can see them. So I can see them too, because that one's crooked. So there's our bridge. And then we'll zoom in a little bit more. And I'm going to make another, comes through here. And I'm just going to make a few. I don't know why, but I feel like I need to make 3. So theoretically, that will convert. So I need to select all of those rungs that I just made and the letter. What the heck? Oh, I did that wrong. So I need to select all of those. Get out of that. And then control click that letter. And then we can do fill to satin. Double click that. I've already got contour. I don't want contour. I'm going to go center walk. Mostly because I don't know how big she's going to be stitching this out. I don't know which. And we've already got a 0.2 pull comp, so we're going to leave that. Hit apply. We lost a lot in that stitch, So I'm going to undo. I'm going to come back up here. I'm going to separate these a little bit. I'm going to separate these out a little bit, just like that. And then we're going to try again, see what happens. Select all of them. And then that bottom one, go back to fill to satin. Make sure I don't have start and rung. I don't have that, so. Okay, that worked better. I had too many things crossing. That's all it was. So we have that. And I'm going to zoom in, grab my nodes tool, and go ahead and pull this over so that they run into each other a bit more. All right, back to here. That satin group is that first letter. We're going to do a preview. No, we're going to do params, which will be a preview. Oh, that's interesting. Look at that. The rest of it looks pretty good. But I do need to fix that. Why did that happen? In that case, I'm going to delete that. I'm going to create my own and then grab that. Control K for combine. Inkstitch params. Custom satin column. Hit apply and quit. All right. We're going to drop that down into that satin column for that letter. And the one, yep, I want that to be second. So should be all right now. We grab that satin column. Let's check params. See what it looks like as a together. Okay, that works. Yeah, I expect more of that. I really do. Oh, what do I want to do? I'm going to skip that one. I'm going to go to this one. We're going to draw a rung and a rung. I'm going to curve. Now, right here, we're going to do that, and then we're going to do that, and then we're going to bridge from here to here, and then bridge. So theoretically, that'll work. Grab them all, and then that. And let's see what we can do here. I did the wrong one, didn't I? Daggone it. I sure did. It's supposed to be the second one. All right, that, and then that. Control Z is your friend. That will undo. I need those letters. I need those lines to be a different color. That's all there is to it. All right, now I can see them. So I need that to be over here. That's why it did that, I'm pretty sure. All right, let's try again. Like it. Because the crossing, I know where it is. All right, one more time. Better. Not great. Better. Delete that. That's fine. Draw that in. Draw that in. Pull that in. Pull that in. All right, that should work. And then we'll select that and rams it. Yep, that works. Okay, so for the P, I have decided I'm just going to do the P manually. I'm going to come in here. I'm going to give that, I'm going to drop that opacity so I can make out better what I'm doing. We're going to come in here. We're going to draw a line down from there to there to there 2 right about there. I'm going to come over here and start drawing down. Then we're going to curve in something like that. Give us some rungs. And grab all of what we just did. Control K. Params. Custom satin column. Hit apply and quit. Come all the way down here. Start drawing up. We're going to cover up some of what we just did. Right across that. Two right about there. Come down here and do it again. We're going to grab the nodes tool, come in here, and we're going to bend those lines, make them nice and pretty. Just like that. Need to throw some rungs. One there, grab one there. Control Z will undo that accidental placement. And all of these should be the one I just drew. Why it does that? Nope, nope, nope. That one is the other one that I drew. So these, Control K, params, custom satin column, a lovely satin column, hit apply and quit. And then all we need to do is draw a couple of lines over. Oh, well, okay. Do it this way. Just about like that. We'll give us some rungs. Grab everything we just made. Control K, params, custom satin column, apply and quit. Come in here and grab all 3 of the ones that I just did. Go to extensions, Inkstitch, tools, satin, auto route satin columns. Hit close. And auto routes right there. That's looks like a lot of auto route. My goodness. Let's see what it looks like in simulator. Okay. I think it could have been better. Okay, so from here we need to hide the underlying letter. So I'm going to push Shift, click, which is that one. Should be click. Alrighty. Okay, so this eye, we can definitely do this eye as a fill to satin. I'm going to, run me a couple of rungs across here. Grab those 3, make sure I grab the eye, which is that one, and then fill the satin. Close. Now the circle, I've done dots on eyes before as a satin. I'm going to show you how I did that. I'm going to do this one the same way. Draw a line to line. Grab the nodes tool. Stretch that out. Something like that. Control D for duplicate. Flip. drag the duplicate over, grab both of them. I don't want to grab the eye or the dot itself. So shift click, combine, extensions, Inkstitch params, satin column, custom satin column. Hit apply and quit. Good. Now I want to grab the black dot, delete that, and onto the M. I am going to do this one manually. I'm going to select that, and then I'm going to go to fill and stroke, drop that opacity down so I can see what I'm doing again, and then just draw it out. The good thing about doing the M here is we don't have to redo the M again. When we get to this M over here, we can just duplicate it all and bring it over. So that is very good. That part we like. Grab all those. Control K for combine. I'm going to go ahead and params this extensions manager gallery. Params, satin column. Apply and quit. Going up now. Somewhere in between there. Actually, no. Right here on the outside. Go to about there. Drop in a little bit. And we'll go around. And kind of the same thing. We'll come to the inside of that. Outside. It's going to be a tight turn. That's the only bad thing. Should be all right. Get that drawn out nicely. Throw some rungs in here. I need to get all of those, which is, does it do that? I don't know. Why is it selecting the auto route? I don't want the auto route selected. Okay. That is so weird. And the M, which one's the M? It should be that next one, right? Control click. Pretty sure that's it, ain't it? Yes. Oh, I don't want that. No. I just want these. Well, that's interesting. Did I leave that one out? Accidentally didn't put that one in there, did I? Apparently. Okay, from there to there. Control K for combine. Params. Satin column, custom satin column. Apply. I need to delete that because I didn't use it anyway. Apparently. And one more time. Gonna run from about there to there. Up and around. Zoom in, nodes tool. Make these nicely rounded. Okay, now rungs. Where did I go? I went from there to there, right? That's a big old jump. I don't like that big old jump, but it's kind of not avoidable. And the first one? Yes. First one there, Control K, grab that. Rams. Custom satin column. Apply and quit. Now let's look at all of that. Of course, it can't put it together, can it? No, it can't. We're going to group that, select them all, and then group. Now we can look at the group. Okay, that's fine. I just put it in the wrong order. I did that. That one should be on top. Grab the group again, params it again, and it should look good. What is up with the jumps? I don't want the jumps. Okay, start and stop at the nearest point. I don't need that because I did it manually. Much better. Much better. I didn't apply. Turn off start and stop, hit apply and quit. Good to go. We need to grab that color and get rid of it. Now the U, same thing. Okay, I'm gonna start this here. Let's go ahead and do the make it easier to see thing. And then I'm gonna start right here. Couple of rungs. Select all of them. Try to get all of them this time. Control K. Rams. Custom satin column. Go in that direction, yes. And then from here, I'm just going to draw this out and we're going to try the auto route. Oh, I missed that one pretty badly. Okay. Sure don't look good. Okay. That's better. Let's get us some rungs in there. If you've watched me for any length of time, notice that I'm getting a little better about the rungs and rails thing. And should be all of them. Okay, not that one. That one to the top, Control K, params. Custom satin column. Hit apply and quit. Now, I want to see these two. I'm going to go ahead and do a group because that's a letter. Go ahead and do Visualize, assimilate rather. So with the automatic start and end points selected, it kind of does the auto route satin stitch on its own. So we should be good there. Now this one, we can just duplicate this M, drag it over here, put it in place. We'll zoom in so I can get that letter to go away. Good. All right. Not far from it. All right. Continuing on. I need to get rid of that U, don't I? All right. Same thing. Make some rungs. Lean it into that turn like so. And we should be good. Let's see. That one there. Control K. Rams. Custom satin column. Not bad. That looks good. Now let's see the whole shebang. Let's go ahead and throw that into a group. Extensions Inkstitch. Visualize, simulate. I don't like it. All right. Params. Turn off. Start and end. To me, that looks a lot better. And I didn't apply again. I'm just going to leave them both off. I'm not a big fan of how that turned out. Okay, let's get rid of that. Okay, good deal. Now, the eye. Okay. All of it. Control K. Rams. Satin column, custom satin column. Zoom zoom, and away we go. Right. Get rid of the underlying letter. Now, the rest of this we can do is fill the satin for certain. Easy peasy. I'm going to draw a rung, and a rung. We're going to grab those three that I just did, and then we're going to grab with the, I did those multi-select with the control button. Now I'm going to shift click that fill, and then we're going to do fill to satin, hit apply, done. Same thing on that next one. Draw rungs, draw some rungs, just like that. Gonna select those and shift click that fill the satin, hit apply and quit, or apply rather. That's it, done. I'm gonna drag everything so, well, don't have to do that necessarily. I'm going to click this image up here at the top. What is that? Okay, we can delete that. That should be it. So click this image and then go to what I want. I want params. Go into params. The pull compensation, okay, it says, okay, pull compensation is clear because there's different satin columns in this, has different settings. I got none on some and I've got 0.2 on others. I'm going to just make sure that it all has 0.2 on the pull comp. Now everything has a pull comp of 0.2 and that looks really good. I like it. I'm going to screenshot that, hit save. And we'll save that in this folder. Oh, I don't want to overwrite it. Let's go with param PNG. Okay, close that out. I really like that. That looks great. That looks absolutely great. Now we will do the same thing in a simulate. The E's out of order, isn't it? Let me do that again. Inkstitch. Sim. The E stitches first. I would like that E to stitch, not first. Which one's the E? Way down here. Move that up to here. R-I-D-E. M-R-I-D-E. Okay. Where are these at? Oh, they're way down there at the beginning. Okay. Now we should be good. Go ahead and do a sim again. Remember, when your machine is stitching, it stitches in that list. It stitches from the bottom up. That looks fantastic. That looks good. I like it. Did I screenshot that? No, I screenshotted the other one. We screenshot that real quick. We'll do a save. It should be in the right folder. It is not. I mean, that works. Let me save as screenshot. Now it wants to go to the right folder. Okay. Hit close. So when you get this video, when you get this file, I'm going to send you the SVG. I'm going to send you the PNG that I just made. Make sure that when you get it, you click this image right here. You set this measurement scale to whatever you're familiar with, millimeters or inches, whatever. Inches if you want. Make sure your padlock is in the lock position, and then you can resize this as needed. After you resize it as needed, it don't matter what size you make it, it'll work. It'll all come together. When you get it the size that you need it for your hoop, only then save it as your, and only then do a save as, and save as PES or .dst, whatever it is your machine needs. If you need to make adjustments, load the SVG back up, make your adjustment, save it again as your embroidery file over the top of your last one. Do not edit your embroidery file. Only edit your SVG. Very important. Very important. But I think we can call this one done. And the last thing I'm going to do before we do is I'm going to do a realistic, which is stitch plan preview, design layer unchanged, render mode realistic. Don't need high. I don't need the needle points. I can move the stitch plan beside. I can leave it over the top. Doesn't matter. I can move it as needed. I'm going to leave it over the top and then move it down since it's such a wide piece. Close and drag that down. So there is our simulated variety. Kind of hard to tell with it being so dark black like that, but this one turned out really good. A lot longer video than I thought it was going to be. This was more than I thought it was going to be, but hopefully I'll get something out of it. Some of it you can use fill to satin. Some of it you have to do a little bit more manually sometimes, just like I did here. And but yeah, there is the finished product. Let me go ahead and delete that. So, if you made it this far, please like and subscribe. I'm over 10K now. I'm on my way to 100K subscribers. I'll probably hit that in about 20 years. Hopefully, if you're watching this and you haven't subscribed yet, you'll go ahead and subscribe, and I'll hit it a little bit sooner than 20 years. I would appreciate that, and it would make me very happy. Other than that, till next time, and as always, thanks for watching.